Hello, this is Dr. Lewis. I wanted to talk to you about exercises for the feet and knees. So, most of you are sitting in the office, you're sitting at a chair, you're not getting up and walking around enough. So, these are exercises for lazy people, and all I need you to do is do them at least while you're sitting down. Now, if you're allowed to take your shoes off in the office, then you should take them off. I'm being sarcastic. I insist that you take your shoes off, and then this is a very easy exercise. The knee should be slightly bent, your heel should be planted on the floor, and I want you to touch your feet on the floor without letting your heel slide around. So if I'm like that, and I try and touch my feet on the floor, you'll see my heel slide back. I don't want that happening. I want you to touch the floor, then touch your toes to the floor and give it a little squeeze, and then back up again. Touch, squeeze, and come back up again. So this is what I want you to do. And when you come back up, I want you to pull up as hard as you can. Now, if it's not coming up as much as you'd like, you can get a belt or something underneath so that you can get your foot give your foot a bit of an assist when it comes up. So you get it down, come back up, and then give it a bit of an assist. So this gives you full range of motion on the feet, and it asks your the muscles are acting on your toes to work properly. So that is the first one. The second one, so if you do that frequently enough, then your knee starts to get looser and your ankle starts to get looser, and now you're ready to do this. So you get your feet on the floor like that, and your heel is behind you, almost under your hips, and now you're going to push your heel backwards and forwards. This is another thing that I would like you to do. Now, if you ask me how many times I want you to do this, I would like you to do this all the time. I would like you to do this like you're fidgeting, like you've got ADHD. So do it all day, and you'll burn some calories. You'll make sure that your ankles don't swell up, and you'll make sure that your knees don't get stiff. And if the third exercise that I wanted to talk about, if you're just sitting there in front of a computer and you need to burn calories, you need your blood sugar to stay low, you need your heart to work with less strain, you need to keep your BP low. This is something that you can do. So all you need to do is to lift your heels off the floor and come back up. This is called a soleus raise. Some people also call it a soleus push-up. And if you can do hundreds of thousands of these while you're just sitting in the office, you're going to lower your blood pressure, you're going to burn some calories, you're going to keep your blood sugar low, and you're going to be less stiff when you get up finally in the evening. So this is the last exercise that I wanted to show you. This is a soleus raise, and you can make it a little more challenging by keeping your work suitcase on top of your knees and using that as an added resistance. Or you could even rest your whole body on like that and take calls like this, or look at your screen while you're doing that. So you need to remember to do these also. Now, all three of these exercises need to be done throughout the day, and there's no set prescription. It's not 10 or 15 times a day. I want you to do them 100, 200, 300 times a day if you can. So I need you to remember to do this throughout the day. It helps if you have a noisy clock, an analog clock which ticks every second. So every time you hear the tick, you'll get reminded to do your soleus raises, and it'll remind you to do your finger toe movements. It'll remind you to do your heel movements, and hopefully it'll also remind you to stand up and walk around the office and do a few stretches. Thank you.